Decide the fate of the characters, tell a story, and make sure your character wins. This is Mekhane coming up.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from University. Today we are going to talk about Mekhane or Mekhane, which is, I believe it is a Greek word. And we are going to talk about the overview of the game first and then what we think of it afterwards. So Tarrant, take it.
So this game it's a storytelling game. It's definitely like none other I've played before. So one player controls the story and is playing the role of fate, and everyone else is playing the role of gods. And fate and the gods have taken a special interest in these 7 characters. I believe there's 14 or 15 in the game to choose from. But essentially you have these characters and you choose a setting. In this case it's an abandoned car yard. And you choose a danger. And in this case it's a creepy looking family with a lot of weapons. And this sort of macabre setting sets the basis for the story. And how the game will work is each of the players playing as gods, so that the fate player controls the game, and each of the god players takes a destiny card at the start of the game. And this tells them which character they want to survive. So if I had this card, no one else would see it, I would want to manipulate the story so that Faust survives. And if Faust doesn't survive, then I've got a second hope on Uate. And everyone else has similar cards. And basically the game is all about telling a story, a very macabre story, in which 6 of these characters are going to die. And you want yours to be the one that doesn't.
So things like...
So it's, each round. So you've got 6 cards in your hand. There'll be 6 rounds or 6 chapters in the story. And at the end of each chapter, the fate player basically listens to all of the story that's been told, maybe adds some if you're playing with a smaller player count, and decides who dies. So I would look at all of these obscure items here. Yeah, they're in this abandoned car yard with this family chasing after them, and maybe I talk about Charles rolling out of a car and finding a papier-mâché ritual mask on the side of the road. And I talk about what that mask does, whether he puts it on, something like that. And I was wanting Faust to survive, so maybe I describe this as being possessed and implant in the fate player's mind that this is something that's going to cause that character's death.
So you probably plant something like this. So Larry opens the car door in the car yard and found a bunch of cockroaches. What's going to happen with Larry? You never know.
Yep. So it's all kind of abstract in that way. If you don't like the way your character's story is going, you've got 3 chances per game to interrupt. And then once a round is over, any characters whose story hasn't been progressed because your player count is less than max, the fate player just draws cards at random and describes what's going on with those, and then picks a death. And
you can also...
the character dies.
Yep. You can also counterattack that.
That character dies, and then you go on again. That character is out, and you play one of the cards you have left onto the other 6. And then at the end of the next round, fate dies again. Fate kills someone off again. And after 6 chapters, only 1 character's alive, and you want it to be yours. And that is basically the game. It's
storytelling, basically. Yes. Yeah. It's kind of like an activities. I guess who wins becomes less important when you play the storytelling based game like that. You can counteract her, and sometimes it's just fun to do counteraction when your character is about to die, just like play a card and but somehow this appears. So, you have good imaginations. You being the fate, you can just create stories easily.
Yeah, it's this, as I say, this is a storytelling game like none other. I've played, Once Upon a Time is probably the classic storytelling game, and I've had a lot of fun playing that in the past.
Kind of
This
party
one
games, yeah.
deliberately takes it into an extremely macabre and weird place, and it is definitely not for every group.
Yes,
Yes.
Just a bit of warning there. So if you don't mind that sort of thing, yes, that's fine. But if you kind of like do, like children's probably not. It does say on the box 14 plus, so
Yeah,
it's more for adults.
It's for adults, and it's also for adults who are happy to go to kind of a dark place. It's not really even a dirty place or it's not a crude game like a Cards Against Humanity or something like that.
Right.
It's just kind of a weird dark game. Like if you watch, I imagine if you like Eraserhead and movies like that, then you'll
I haven't watched that.
find some joy out of this game. It
Yeah.
was. I mean, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't think it was quite our cup of tea.
Yeah.
So I think that's where it's a nice idea. Very niche.
Yes. Okay, so that's fair. These are some of the other cards. So there's some things that like, what is that?
Some things are very abstract.
But it's very abstract. So this is a one leg and there's rope.
I mean, there's sort of a hallucinogenic egg and
Yes.
clarinet, and
I quite enjoy it actually because I do like storytelling, and just sometimes there's something different you want to get. Like it is kind of part of you wants to tell like that type of story that is a bit macabre, and here's a chance.
And then there's a whole range of locations as well, so this can take it to a lot of different places, and the dangers as well. Something with a lot of teeth. Some of these even are very abstract as well.
Yeah. Or maybe you can play this with Dixit cards. Who knows? So there is Mekhane. So should you play? It's up to you. So this is what we think. And if you enjoy this video, if you can please hit that like button, it will help us, and subscribe to us if you haven't already done so. I'm also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Hopefully you can find me there as well. And hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!